Hello and welcome back to some more of The Witness. In our last episode, we made our way into this kind of jungle treehouse area in pursuit of understanding of these star pieces. So let's get straight into it and see if we can figure out what these mean. Now, I had earlier in the playthrough rather, I had I guess, hypothesized that maybe the solution is to split these guys apart. So let's try that, see if that works. Nope. Okay, so I think we're probably going to want to keep them together then, right? So something like this. Makes sense. Let's see. Very intricate design for this treehouse. Let's see. So I assume, once again, we're just going to keep these guys together, right? Nice. Okay, what are we getting into over here, huh? Okay, so I guess this is just gonna be a bridge that kind of like expands outward. What is this? Is this just the same thing? We're just gonna keep them together? Maybe? Okay. Oh my gosh. Is this some kind of... Okay, no. I was wondering if the pattern had something to do with building the bridge out. Or, oh, actually it might. Because there is a plank over there. So maybe there's a way to like solve the puzzles to lead us over there somehow. I don't know. Let's continue on our way. Let's... Okay, how do we do this one, actually? Oh, okay. I think maybe we do something like this. This will keep the stars together, right? Okay, perfect. Now we have 4. I'm assuming we're going to keep all 4 together, right? It does not like that. Okay. So now... Maybe we need to break them into groups of 2. Yes? Alright. Okay, so now we're getting some idea. So I'm guessing this one we're going to want to do something like this. Whoops. Missed the exit there. Yeah, okay. Once again, so we want to make groups of 2 here. Well, the funny thing here is that it seems like there's only so many paths to the exit. I think this is going to be it. I think we're grouping the bottom 2 together and the top 2 together here. Yes. All right. I wonder if there is a way to like solve these in some weird way to like get over to that plank over there. It feels like there might be. It feels like you solve it in a weird way and then this thing would like fold out to the right instead of going forward. But let's just keep going. So if this wasn't blocked off right here, we could just go straight up the middle. That's not going to work here. I think we're going to want to do something very similar to what we just did, where we're going to group the bottom 2 together and then group the top 2 together like this. And now, I think... Okay, this one's getting a little hard to see with the sun glare, but I think this one should just be something like this, right? Okay. And then this one... Okay, this one seems a little tricky. Maybe something like this. Yeah, I like this. This looks good. Very symmetrical. Alright, now we're getting something tricky going on here. Okay, so... This almost looks like it. The only problem is that... Yeah, those and those. Okay. So I'm thinking that the pairs are very, or maybe they're not. So I'm thinking that like this one is going to pair with this one, this one's going to pair with this one, this one's going to pair with this one, and this one's going to pair with this one. But maybe there's some way to actually not do that. Oh, I think I see it actually. Maybe something like this. No, wait. No, this isn't right. Okay. This one took me a little bit too long to figure out. I had to actually like, sketch this out on paper and everything. I don't think the solution is actually that hard. For some reason, I just wasn't seeing it. I don't know what the heck was wrong with me there. But anyway, got through with that one. So let's move on to this one. I'm thinking I see something here with maybe something like this. Ooh, this feels close, but not quite. I am kind of curious. Well, we'll solve this one real quick. I think there were some other stuff down by the initial starting area, but let's see here. What if we make some kind of like wide angle here? I don't know if that really helps us do anything, but actually I think it does. This is it, right? Nice. All right, I want to run back to the starting area real quick because there was some stuff down below here that I wanted to check out. Super quick. Looks like we're just gonna get some scenic views here. I believe we were like somewhere over here when we were in the swamps. We took like some kind of back path area past here. Outside of that, do we got anything else over here? Feels like there's gonna be some kind of like visual puzzles here, or like environmental kind of puzzles. But I don't know. I guess it's just some scenic views. All right, let's head back up top. Continue on our way. It is really interesting because I'm pretty sure the only way to enter here is by taking the boat. So I don't think there was a way to kind of like just get here through just exploring the island normally. But anyway, let's keep going. Looks like we have some branching paths here. Looks like you are out. I'll also go to the left here. Man, this is really something of a labyrinth. What are you? Okay. I feel like I might know what's going on here. Okay, so that opens that. Feels like this is gonna be some kind of like timed thing. So probably gonna have to unlock some bridges or something and then like run around super quickly. I guess, I don't know. I guess let's try to solve what's right in front of us. Okay, so we got some black dots here that we need to be picking up. But at the same time, we need to keep these stars together, which is very interesting. So I think yeah, I think we can do it like this, right? Oh, there's one down here that I didn't see. How are we gonna incorporate that into our pathway? So this is locked in. So like this path needs to be filled in. But in order for that path to be filled in, right, it can't go up here, because if it goes up, it would cut this off. So I think we have to start by going this way. And then... maybe I'm wrong, though. I could be wrong. Maybe it can go up somehow. So if this was coming this way and it went up, we'd have to go around like this. Okay, so I'm solving this backwards, basically. So it'd have to come here, up, around. In order to keep these together, the stars together, we'd have to go around like this and back to the start. So solving it backwards, the solution is going to look something like this. There we go. Okay. This looks... okay, I thought it was straightforward. It looks like it should basically be the same solution of what we just did. Nah, no. I think we can solve it like this, actually. And then this looks a bit funky. I'm just seeing this solution just off the top of my head. Alright. Now we got something similar going on here. I think the same solution actually just works for both of these, doesn't it? Okay. Looks like we might have one more here. This is an interesting kind of configuration we got going on here. Let's try this. Ooh. Fortunately, at the end, I think we end up a bit cut off here. Can we... actually, what if we approach this from just a different angle, right? No, that doesn't work either, does it? Ooh, I think we were close there. But just not quite. I like the look of this, though. This looks good. Nice. Okay, we're making our way through the treehouse. Some more nice views here. Alright, we're combining all types of puzzles now. All types. I think this one is just this, isn't it? Okay. Now we gotta separate these. Okay. Yeah, how do we do that? We gotta separate the white squares from the black squares while keeping the two oranges together. I think maybe is it just this? This looks good. Yeah, there we go. Now this looks funky. Actually, no, I think it's just this, isn't it? This looks good. Yeah. And then we got... they're changing the colors up on us just to mess with us a bit. But we need the stars to stay together. Isn't this the same solution? No, it's not. It's not. Because now we have alternatings. I like the look of this. Yes. All right. Now they're really taking some creative liberties with these colors. Although, I think at a certain point... Okay, no. I was going to say at a certain point, it feels like we are kind of repeating. Not quite. Not quite yet, at least. Can I just do this, though? Yeah. Okay. Really... Maybe this? Nah, that felt close. That felt close. Basically, I was thinking that maybe we could isolate this 2x2, the 2x2, and the 2x3 all from each other, but it doesn't look like that's actually possible. Whoa, wait. Okay, I was just messing around here. I think I might have accidentally solved it. Is this right? This looks good. That feels so, like, unelegant, but I think this is a solution. I don't know if that's, like... I don't know, that just feels so wrong somehow, but it just solves it. That's so weird. Okay. Yeah, okay, whatever. On to the next one. Okay, it looks like we got something similar going on here. Can we do the same solution? No, we cannot do the same solution because this path over here is blocked. Which is weird because I feel like any solution for this should work on this. So we could have it's possible we could have accidentally solved this one, but we just happen to not. So these are attached, and I assume that this is going to be attached to this. So that kind of like indicates that we're going to end up with this 2x2 kind of like being cut off here. Unless... Yeah. Actually, yes. So I think in this one, the oranges are definitely going to be separated from each other. In this one, I think we managed to put the oranges together, but I think they have to be separated from each other in this one. Unless they aren't. Let's see. Could we do it like this, maybe? This seems weird. Oh my gosh, but I think it works. Yes? Huh. Okay, that was interesting. Well, Huh. And now we are over here. This just keeps going, man. Let's try to solve this. This looks simple enough. Yep. And you look similar, but you're not quite the same. You can't trick me. Actually, I think this is just this, right? And this is just the same? Okay, and what? Wait, huh? Excuse me? You do not have a pair, so I don't know what to do with you. I guess we'll come back to you in a little bit. I'm a little unsure about that one. Let's head back. I was meaning to do this anyway, but I wanted to head back and check some of the other paths out super quick. This one we already checked. Let's go this way. Okay. And now we have two branching paths. This one feels like it leads to kind of a dead end. Although maybe it doesn't, actually. There's a puzzle over there. This one seems like it actually leads us back to the mainland. Or no, it might lead us somewhere else. Let's start with this one real quick. Ooh, we got some Tetris pieces. All right. Huh. How does this work? I think I see it. No, I think I see it. I think we're gonna combine the two Tetris pieces together to make this. Yeah, okay. These are gonna get tricky, I can tell. I'm already not liking this. Oh my gosh. So these can be combined to make kind of like an H shape. But I don't think that really helps us, does it? Well, then maybe it does. Let's try that. We make an H shape like this. Yeah, I think that works. Nice. And then we got a topsy-turvy dude over here. We got this guy that's going to go all the way across. And we need to make sure that this guy and this guy stay together. Okay, so I'm thinking I see a shape here. I see a shape here that's going to look something like this. That just combines all the elements together. Yes. Yeah, so the L shape goes upside down here, and then the 4 just goes across on top. Oh, what are you? Oh, no. What on earth? Where do you fit in the grid, even? Because if we just put it... No. Put them, like... Here. Okay. Maybe... Okay. No, maybe that actually does work. No, I don't think it actually does. How does this work? So we're gonna have to construct this guy basically in place. I'm gonna try... In theory, it almost feels like it doesn't matter which way we point it. I'm gonna try pointing him to the left here, basically. And that's gonna give us a shape that looks like this. I guess this works technically, right? Yeah, okay. Whoa, whoa, what? Ah! I see. So we can actually get this guy to go whichever way we want, it seems. It doesn't look like there's any point in getting it to face to the left here. Or to the right. Because it doesn't seem like there's anything over there. So we want it to face forward somehow. So let's try to resolve this then. Get something that looks like this. Okay. Yeah, hopefully we're not missing anything over there. I don't think we are. Why are there 3 again? Man. Just out of curiosity, I want to see what happens if we combine all 3 together. Okay, so it did not like that. Yeah, so now this one's unresolved. How do we resolve it then, though? I don't understand. Seems like this is just going to be a bonus puzzle. Let's go this way, see if this helps us at all somehow. So this one, I assume we're just going to separate the different colors from each other. Now this one's interesting. What happens if we do this? I assume this isn't going to be a solution, right? It's not. Which makes sense. But then how... Oh, what if we... Oh, so if we just go around like this... So they seem to kind of cancel each other out then. Okay. So here we should be able to do something like this. Okay. But here we cannot do something like this. Pairs cancel each other out. Anything more than a pair is no good. So we want to go across like this, and that's good. Right, okay. Now this is interesting, because I think we want the orange over here to be connected to the orange over here. But we need to find a way to isolate these purple. Or no, maybe we just do something like this. Just like that, and that should be a solution? Yes. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so... I like trying to make a shape like this here. And then looping in this purple. And this looks good, actually. I like this. This looks like a solution. Yeah, it looks like at some point we're going to need to turn to the right here. And this looks like it's actually just going back to the mainland, though. Unless there's some more puzzles over there. What is that? Okay. Let's see. What we got over here? I like just cutting across here. This seems good. And then cutting across like this seems good. And then going straight to the exit. This seems like it should be a solution to the problem, right? It is. Very nice. Okay. The first thing I'm seeing is this kind of like shape here. But that doesn't look like it's going to yield a solution for us. It seems close to yielding a solution. Wait a minute. Okay, no, never mind. Okay, back to the drawing board. This one's tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Okay, maybe something like this. This solves the bottom half. And actually, no, this looks like... Okay, this looks like this should be right. Nice. Alright, like I said, at some point it seems like we're going to want to turn to the right here. So, we want to... Doesn't this... Shouldn't this just solve like this? Yeah, okay. And then I'm guessing this is the point at which we're going to want to turn to the right somehow. So... What I'm seeing is we can just cut everything in half like this. And hopefully by ending on the right here, it'll lead to the right. Nice. Perfect. Now this one's really interesting. So looking at the oranges here, we need to group them into groups of two. And the logical way to do that would be these two together, and then these two together. However, I don't think that works. because if you mainly because the starting point is here. So if we go here, then there's no way to separate these from each other. If we go this way, or no, maybe there's something here. Almost. Wait, what if we do this? Oh, this might be the solution. Nice. It looks almost like we can just cut this straight in half, but we cannot. That would not work. So what if we did something like this? That doesn't help, does it? Oh, we just cut it in half this way. No. Yes, this works. This is nice. Okay, so we're over here now. What do you do? All right, let's try this then. Okay, this feels like this is gonna be something environmental. Feels like there's more than one solution here. So if we just do this, this should solve it. Okay. And I'm guessing if we go around the entire thing, maybe that'll do something special. Alright, and that brings us back to the mainland. I think we are next to the fort. Yes. Actually, we're not too far away from the swamp either. I think this direction would lead us to the swamp back over there. Alright, let's head back. Okay, so here we are back in the treehouse. We appear to be at a bit of an impasse here because it is unclear what to do in these puzzles where there's an odd number of stars. So I guess I'm just gonna run around for a bit and try to figure it out. Okay, that was interesting because this time this guy didn't light up. But now he did. So how does that make sense? That's really interesting. So I'm guessing we can isolate one of these guys with one of these guys. I think that's what that means. But how exactly can we do that while also solving the puzzle? Also, does that work with the white pieces as well? No, it appears to only work with the black squares. Okay, so I think I'm seeing something like this, maybe. Okay. So apparently the stars can be combined with another element. It seems like this would have been a more appropriate puzzle to give us first. I'll be honest. Like, what the heck? This seems more of a tutorial than the other one we were given. So it seems that the white star can be combined with the white square. Okay. And then in this case... Huh, this one might not actually be so straightforward. I think we can just do this, though. Now we're making progress. Wonder if this can just be solved the same way. It's actually kind of curious. Oops. So it can't be solved. So this cancels out the two of these. That's really interesting. So I think in that case, we can just do this, though. Yeah. That's really interesting. I guess that didn't come up in any of the other puzzles. In this situation... Ooh. So we want to keep this guy with this guy as well. But we need to cut off... Right, so for example, this would be impossible because then there's no way to attach the pink square to the pink star. So I think we have to come around something like this. But now, how do we separate? Can't do that, right? Or maybe we can. Maybe we can actually do something like this. Yes, and this should be a solution. Wow. Okay. Oh, man. This looks like a right, left, up puzzle, so we can do this. It looks like a solution to this should be something like this. That should technically solve it, right? Yeah, the multiple exits here are kind of throwing me off. Makes me feel like, okay, we can get over here now. I think the multiple exits here are just kind of like a red herring. I don't think they actually do anything. How does this... Okay, so I know how this works. We need to combine you with you, which means that this guy is going to be isolated. In fact, I think all we do is just isolate this pink square, and then that just solves it, right? Yeah. Now, you are interesting. Actually, I think this just cuts in half, right? Just cutting this in half solves it? It does. And now we have you. Don't think I like the looks of you. I think I see something here, though. Maybe something like this. No. Like this. Okay. And you look very similar to you. But there's a key difference here. I think this works, maybe? Not quite, not quite. I'm almost tempted to try like one of these. This looks like it should work. Yeah. All right. And okay, so I feel like I like the looks of like just creating an L shape like this. This should work, right? This should be a solution. I'm seeing an interesting solution here. So I'm like trying to think. No matter how I look at this, I can't pair these together. So I'm thinking about trying to pair them in an unorthodox way, kind of like doing something like this. And I think I'm actually seeing a solution here. It comes around like this. Okay. So that's a bit of an unorthodox kind of one. We got one of these. Still kind of enigmatic. I believe this solution is just going to be something like this. We've seen one very similar to this before, so. What do we got? Oh! That's interesting. So, I believe this door is unlocked by a switch that we saw before. It's unlocked by this switch, so I don't know if we're going to be able to just run over there fast enough. Maybe, can we get a running start if we like solve this from further away? Okay. Oh gosh, that sounded very intimidating. Okay, that was nowhere near long enough, but can we solve it from like over here or something? Maybe there's like an angle that we can solve it from. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is I can almost see it from this angle. I'm thinking we actually want to try to build this bridge in that direction, actually. So let's start. First, let's try to just solve this normally. Let's just try to solve this here. So we know that I'm guessing this one of these needs to be combined with this, which actually makes sense because we can put. Never mind. I was gonna say we can put all these together, but we can't because this one's a horizontal. If they were twistables, if they were turnables, then we would be able to solve it, I think. But well, let's see. We have a verticality of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So technically, these do span from top to bottom. And I'm trying to think of ways to combine these. So we can combine them like, yeah, we can combine them. Okay. So the more I'm looking at this, I had to think about this for quite a while. I came to the conclusion that it's actually not possible to get to this one and also separate everything else out and get to the exit. So I think the goal is actually to reach this one up here. And this 1x3 is going to go right here. And then I believe we're going to put this horizontal one on top of it. And then the L-shaped block is going to go on top. And I think that is going to give us... That shape is actually really hard to construct. But I think it's going to give us a shape like this. How did I mess up there? So 1, 2, 3. Okay, I just realized the configuration I made actually misses this block over here. Okay, so I just realized that if we construct these in place, right, like this 1x3 comes here, this 3x1 is just here, and then this horizontal one just goes to the right, then that works. So maybe that's the shape we need to make. So I think it's this. I think. Oh my gosh, that was hard. What the heck? Okay, so these are twistable. So I think we can remove any 3 blocks. So if we just remove 1, 2, 3, we could just make like an L shape. Yeah, so I think we could just make an L shape like this. Okay. Man, this never stops. Oh gosh, so we can combine this with one of these to make a 2x3, but the 2x3 has to be horizontal. Actually, I think we can just make the shape, right? We make a 2x3 like this, and then this should just be the answer. I just realized I put this one outside of the configuration, so that's not good. I think I see it now, actually. Yeah, we turn this one upside down. So we put this one upside down and put it here. And then we put the 2x2 with this one to make a 2x3 over here. So it's going to give us a shape like this. All right, and we're over here now, so now we can just solve this, whatever this is. We saw one similar to this before. I'm actually not entirely sure how to solve this. So we'll just go with this. No? Okay. Maybe the arrows mean the number of times you need to pass this, right? So maybe it's something like this. Yeah, that solved it. Anyway, so I think what I said before is that we need to turn it to the right here. So this guy needs to turn to the right. Okay, never mind. That didn't help. I thought it would. All right, so new idea. One of these had multiple exits. This one. Let's try to turn this one to the right. See if that somehow helps us. Actually, I think we have enough tiles that we could actually build our way over there. So maybe that's somehow the solution. So we want to try to exit to the right here somehow. I think this is a solution. It really feels like we're just like one step away from victory here. Oh my gosh, I just realized I've been trying to backtrack and I realized I'm trying to look at all the paths that have multiple exits. This one has multiple exits, and I think this might be the key to solving the area. So I think we're going to want to... We want to go to the left here. So I think this is the solution. We want to left. Oh my gosh. Yes, this is it. Oh my gosh. Here we go. And now we solve this. And now we just simply run across like this. And that's going to be our laser puzzle. Run out before we get locked in. And... I mean, I guess we don't need to, but we can try... Whoops. Try to make you face forward again, I think. We did something like this. And I guess we can just run up here and see the laser up close and personal. Point it straight at the mountain. Alright. There we go. I think with that, that is going to be an end to the treehouse section. Alright, I wanted to make my way back to the mainland here real quick. That's another laser. I don't think we actually need that laser. I think that's just an extra kind of bonus point for us. But we did learn what the star kind of puzzles mean, which is a big deal. I think that's kind of like one of the last puzzle types that we were really struggling to understand. With that, before we head to the mountaintop, I think... Well, first of all, we are going to call it an end for this episode. This one has actually gone on for quite a while. I don't know what it's going to edit down to. This might end up being kind of a long episode. But I do think I want to try to tackle this village in the next episode before we head into the mountaintop. Now that we can finally understand what these star pieces mean and what these star pieces over here mean. I think we should have all the tools we need to fully conquer this village area. So join us next time as we try to take on this challenge. All right. See you guys then.